Every prompt you send to ChatGPT lands on someone else's server, your client emails, your contracts, your ideas. By the end of this video, you'll have an overview of how to set up your own ChatGPT-style interface, running open source models on a server you control. No subscriptions, no usage limits, no data leaving your machine. I'll also be honest about what this setup can't do, because that's the part most videos skip. So why would you want a private AI in the first place? 3 reasons, and they're all practical. First, data sovereignty. If you handle client emails, contracts, anything under an NDA, or anything GDPR sensitive, and that data has no business traveling to a cloud endpoint you don't control. Second, cost. This setup is a flat 5 to 10 euros a month, not another per-seat subscription. And third, no limits. No rate caps, no quotas, no message telling you to come back in 3 hours. Who is this actually for? Solopreneurs handling client information, consultants, anyone in the EU with sensitive workloads, and honestly, anyone who's ever hesitated before pasting something into a chat window. Now the honest part. This will not replace Claude or GPT for deep reasoning, but for roughly 80% of daily tasks, summarizing, drafting, rewriting, extracting, classifying, an open model on cheap hardware is quietly more than enough. And later, I'll show you the one security mistake that exposes your private AI to the entire internet. Most tutorials make it. Let's look at the system first, because it's simpler than you'd expect. 3 pieces. The first is the VPS, a small rented Linux server. Think of it as an apartment you rent instead of a room in someone else's house. The second is Ollama, the engine. It downloads and runs open source models and serves them through a local API. The third is WebUI, the interface, a polished ChatGPT-style chat in your browser with history, model switching, and document upload. Everything runs in Docker, 2 containers, 1 file. And that file is the template I'm giving away at the end. Step 1, renting the server. I'm using Hostinger here, but Hetzner works as well. For specs, keep it simple. 4 gigabytes of RAM and 2 virtual CPUs. Around 5 euros, Dwars runs the small 1 to 3 billion parameter models, and they're fast enough to feel snappy. 8 to 16 gigabytes, around 10 to 20 euros, runs the 7 to 8 billion models, which are noticeably smarter but respond more slowly. A CPU server will never run the 70 billion parameter giants, and it doesn't need to. One detail worth caring about. Pick a EU data center, and your entire setup stays inside GDPR jurisdiction. Create the server, choose Ubuntu, add your SSH key, and connect. Next, the entire AI stack in one file. This is the part that used to take a weekend. First, install Docker, 1 command, right here on screen. Then create a project folder and paste in the Docker compose file. 2 blocks, 1 for Ollama, the engine, and 1 for WebUI, the interface. That's the whole architecture. Now 1 command, Docker compose up, and that core is the entire installation. Let's pull a model. Start small, a 3 billion parameter model, so everything feels responsive. If you chose the bigger server, you can upgrade to a 7 or 8 billion model later. Open your browser, create your admin account, and there it is. Your first conversation with an AI that runs entirely on your own server. Watch it generate. It's not instant, and that's fine. Nothing you type here ever leaves this machine. Now, the mistake I promised. Never, ever expose Ollama's port 11434 to the public internet. Anyone who finds it can use your server, or worse. 3 rules. 1, firewall on, and only the ports you actually need stay open. 2, access the chat only through WebUI's login, and disable signups after you've created your own account. 3, optional but proper. Put a reverse proxy with HTTPS in front of it, so you can use your AI securely from your phone anywhere. Privacy was the entire point. Don't undo it in the last step. So what is this setup actually good at? Summaries, drafts, rewriting? Private document Q&A. You can upload PDFs straight into WebUI and ask questions about them. Brainstorming, anything involving sensitive data. And what is it not built for? Deep multi-step reasoning, very long documents. And speed, CPU inference gives you a reading pace response, not an instant one. The sophisticated move is hybrid. Local models for everything private or routine. A frontier API for the rare heavy task. OpenWebUI supports both, in the same interface. And if you connect this to N8N, your private AI starts doing work while you sleep. Because the best AI setup is the one that's actually yours.